Hello everyone, so today's video we are going to go through BI Lite. It is a version with less features and functionalities on comparison to the full BI. However, it makes simpler to get some insights, right? So here on the top we have full BI. You can switch from full BI to BI Lite, from BI Lite to full BI, so you can get more options here on the menu on the left side. If you are in the full BI, if you want to go to the BI Lite, you can here. And as well, if you want to have some users that are allowed to only have access to BI Lite and some other users that are gonna have access to the full BI, you can also restrict that in the UAM. So here we are going to explain how this BI Lite Studio Home works. So first of all, we have here the sources that have been previously created. It is the same sources that we have in the FUBI. There isn't any difference on that, so that I can pick one of them. In this case, I'm gonna pick this one, that is the Aldela sample data. I have also some other options like memory and style context to explain what this search, this query that we are trying to do here is going to do. You can leave this blank if you don't want to provide so many pieces of information, but in this case you can do that, right? Also the brand style preset, if you want to have something a little bit more customized, or you want to have something like a banking, investors, and operations, and then the colors are going to change a little bit. And there is also custom. It is much more the CSS, the style that it is behind the result that it is going to be retrieved. So you can also have all the attached files here. So you can upload new files or select the files that are already there, if you have already, right? So if you remember files, you can manage them here. So if we come here, we have the files that are managed here. You can create folders and etc. And then you can also join your database with the files that have been uploaded. Okay, in this case, we are going to select only Aldela sample data, and we are going to ask some questions. For example, I would like to have the most sold products on my company, um, top three ones, and metrics, quantity, and amount. Okay, so enter, and it's going to analyze what I'm asking here. Let's wait a little bit, and then we have everything. So we have, in terms of sales amount, Corner, this one, Carnarvon Tigers, Mediterranean olive mix, and the Chef Anton seasoning. So it is the top three in terms of amount, but in terms of quantity sold, the Mediterranean olive mix, it is the most sold one, let's say, right? Probably Carnarvon Tigers, the unit price is higher. That's why, in terms of amount, it is more representative here. Um, and here also another graph that we have here that has been created automatically. Also, if you are interested to see um, the query that has been generated behind the scenes, you can also do that. So you can see that the join and everything, um, it was created automatically. We didn't do anything in terms of SQL. So the AI created the SQL itself. And then we also have some options here: create a dashboard with that, create a PDF, create Excel, PowerPoint, or executive HTML. So I'm going to create an HTML. So here I have some, let's say, some styles, some templates that you can have. I'm gonna get this executive dashboard here, generate. So it is going to generate an HTML with the data that has been retrieved in the BI Lite. That is a good thing. So here, as you can see, I have the HTML that has been generated, the charts, and so on. So I have an overview, what was the request, and so on, so that it can be also presented to users, or if you have a presentation and so on, you can do that. The same for this one for PDF. So you have different flavors. So in this case, I'm going to generate this one. So you have here a table that has been generated, and everything generated automatically. So the same for Excel. If I want to have an Excel dashboard ready, for example, when you export, we have the summary, we have the pivot, we have the data here with also gradient to see the products that have been most sold and so on, the summary, what is the status, what is the average, the max, and so on. So that it is a way to have a very compact report to show in a meeting or whatever you have. You have also the analysis that has been made here. You can also um, put another question, for example, what is the trend for next month in terms of sales? Let's see what it is going to answer. I don't know. As the AI, it is going to analyze the database, the metadata, and so on. It is going to create some insights here to give you an idea of a trend of sales for the next month. Sometimes, as you see, it takes a little bit more time. Here, it is going to monthly growth sales, um, trend over time. So, also some explanation here. In May 2024, the UK leads with growth sales, followed by Germany. So that there are some insights in terms of countries, the customers that we have for each for each country, as well as the most representative one. So that there are some insights that are very easy, as you can see, to create in the BI Lite. You don't need to have the full BI with all these options, ETL, reports, and so on. So if you want to have some insights that are much more um, let's say simpler, and that you don't need to have all the options in the full BI, you can come here in the BI Lite and get these options here, right? So that you have a limited option of items. However, is much simpler for users. Is something that it is already useful for quick insights that you would like to have. So that's what I would like to present to you today. Obviously, we will produce more videos to explain how our BI works and as well as the other products. And I hope see you again in other videos. Thank you very much.